Okay, I should be recording now. So basically, I will probably put it in the title, but I will. This video is going to be a tier list of the of the MS Paint fan adventures I've read. So far, I think I have like 45 of them. I have them. I already have them in a list with me here, but I wanted to make like a summary where I take a look at or like review each of them one after the other and basically give my thoughts on each one of them, since I've been reading pretty much nothing but these for I think since like December, so that's 7 months, 8 months, 7 months. And yeah, but I'll pretty much go over each and every one of them in this order. I think it's random or like based on the file name. I don't know, but I'll rate them based on what I think of them and on my list. At least I think. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So first, okay, wait, I should set up like a few more tiers, because I think there are a lot of really good ones, but when you reach a really bad one, you can really feel it, and it's really noticeable when someone makes their first fun venture, and when they're like a more experienced writer. For example, Prison Bound right here. This is written by, at least I've been told that this was written by someone with a professional degree in like theology and biblical theology, and as far as the latest updates go, it really shows that they know what they're talking about and that they know what basically what they're writing about. Okay, I think I'm going to get right into it. So first I think this is Autopraxis, this one. Yeah, this is Autopraxis. It's been a while since I did this one, but yeah, this is this one. It's basically there are multiple types of adventures, with like 30 or 40% of them being based on suburb, like the game, okay. Well, I just realized I haven't been showing any video until now. That fucking sucks. I'm sorry, but I think I don't really want to redo this again, so I think I'll keep that in, sorry. But basically what I was talking about earlier was that I'll be wrecking these adventures I've got here, and a few more that I'll find later. But these are all the ones I've read, at least most of them. I haven't finished some of them, which I will point out when I get to them. Mainly Vast Error and this thing. But as I was saying, with Prison Bound, this is Prison Bound. Where was it? MS Paint Fan Adventures has really bad servers too, so it might take some time for some pages to load, if they load at all. Yeah, is pretty about. And as I was saying, the guy who made this moon runes has, at least I've been told that they have a degree in biblical theology, and if you read through this fan adventure, it really shows that they know what they're talking about. Okay, so yeah, it should be recording correctly now. So first I wanted to get into autopraxis. Yeah. Basically, as I said, there are the most prominent type of adventure you will find on MS Paint fan adventures is suburb based adventure, which is basically a group pretty much based on Homestuck, how a group of characters play suburb. Sometimes it's like a different version of suburb, sometimes it's not, but most of them pretty much follow the same like path. If the characters going into the session, then basically doing the being on their planets, doing the planet's quest, yada yada. And if most of these fan adventures aren't finished yet, but basically they will probably all reach the same conclusion of suburb or of Homestuck, but I will not spoil it, because this video is meant for my good friend Hasty, and he hasn't finished Homestuck yet, so I will not spoil anything. But basically, Autopraxis is a suburb-based fan adventure, and the main thing that sets it apart is that it's based in like New York City, or I think it was like I don't know, it's been a while since I've read Autopraxis, but basically the main thing that sets it apart is that the main characters are adults, and that it's so far is 1551 pages long. What did I want to say? I was going to say something about this, but I think I forgot. But from what I remember, I really like how this financial trees the characters, how it's written. Even though I think sometimes in some scenes it can be a little pushy. I think in some scenes could be like toned down a bit. Some could be toned up. But I think out of all of these, I think it's one of the more like you could say consistently good ones. And yeah, so I think I'll put this one, because I first have to put the first adventure somewhere, and then like the rest of the list will revolve around it, so I have to be extra careful with this one. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is like a solid C, upper C, lower B, probably lower B. And next I have A Guy Gets Revenge, which is not based on Homestuck at all. That's also a really popular type of like fan adventure you can find on here. Let me find it. Where I also have in the background some music from Gran Turismo 4. I think that's like copyright free, and it's also, I don't know, I think it's nice for background music for like videos and whatnot. But yeah, I was looking for here. This one is actually made by Clubs. I chat with Clubs sometimes. They're a really nice person, and they also they've been working on Guy Gets Revenge for a really long time, and they made like a graphic novel based on it, and a whole load of other stuff. They told me about it, and it's really cool. But basically the fanventure itself is, as I said, it's not based on Homestuck at all. It's like a completely original thing. And yeah, as you can notice, this is a really old panel, but basically the visual style is also really interesting. I really like it. I really like how it looks. I pretty much love everything about it. I think the characters are cool. The writing is cool. It has a really, like, later on, since it's 435 pages long. Later on, I think it's like the more surreal scenes in this are probably some of my favorite scenes in like any fanventure on the site. And overall, I really don't have much like negative things to say, many negative things to say about the Gaia's Revenge, but what's the word? Basically, if you read through it really quickly, like I did, because I admit I really should reread it sometime. Hold on. I should reread it sometime. Because I quickly forgot some of the stuff that was in here, and when it showed up later, I was kinda confused. But I really liked it anyway, and I think it deserves to be like this isn't like an objective rating, of course, because it's fanventures, it's writing like literature. I think you could consider it literature if you twist the meaning of it a bit. Yeah, you could consider fanventures literature, like really high literature. And I think that it's one of the best ones you can find on the site, but it's not really a good like. If you want to get into fanventures, this isn't probably like a thing you should read like your first. But it's still really good. Yeah, and basically, as I was saying, hold on. This is made by Clubs, and Clubs made a whole load of other stuff, and they're also working on a lot more. They have a Twitter account, you can check it out. They make art pretty regularly, even though the comic itself hasn't been updated in a while. Clubs is still pretty active on social media and whatnot. And they still make like lots of really good stuff, and they from what I know, they're still working on more things for The Guy Gets Revenge, which I don't know. They told me about it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it publicly. But basically, they're working on stuff for Guy Gets Revenge, or were like. I don't really want to say anything about it, so I'll just move on. Then I have Prison Bound. Hold on, let me find it. Prison Bound. Here. Uh, I already said a lot about this at the start. I really like. As you will probably notice, or we could notice when as I made this list, I really like troll-based adventures like Prison Bound and Overhaste and Void and whatnot. So I will probably be rating them higher than I should, but because I really like trolls and what they're about, and their society, and basically I really like trolls, so this one is pretty much made for me, because it's probably, in my opinion, the best troll based or like Alternian. It does it. I think it takes place on Alternia, but basically it's probably my favorite like troll based fanventure on the site. The writing is really good, the characters are really good. It's still ongoing a lot. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. Most, like 90%, at least 90% of the fanventures you will be reading if you decide to get into fanventures are ongoing ones. Ongoing, there are multiple types of fanventures. Either they're complete, they're ongoing, or they're inactive. Hold on. As I was saying, either they're ongoing, they're complete, or they're inactive, and they pretty much speak for themselves. Ongoing means they're still getting updated, they haven't finished, and inactive means I don't know if that's like set automatically or if the author has to set it, but basically it means that the fanventure hasn't been updated in a very, very long time. I think I wanted to say something else about Prison Bound. Well, if I remember, I'll probably just get back to it later. But hold on, let me check my list. Yeah, this is accurate. Okay, next up. Okay, I should probably. I should probably shuffle these around a bit since I don't want to like get all the best ones out of the way first and then make the rest of the video be really like bad fan adventures. So I will shuffle them around a bit. Yeah, okay. Next one is John has shit friends. Oh yeah, that's also another thing I wanted to say about this video. I have a lot of fan, or like, I don't know, like 7, 8 fan ventures listed as short. So and the ones that I have marked as short, each time I will talk about a short fan venture, I will point it out, and basically I rate them not on what's been put out, because they're short, but based on where I think they're going, or like the premise. Like basically I will treat them like a pilot for the rest of the, and I will be rating the whole thing based on what I think, if I think it has potential or not. And this is the first short fan venture I will be going over. Jonas Shit Friends is pretty much, from what I could tell, it's a shitpost fan venture. It's basically like a joke made by the Twitter user. What was his name? I don't know if I even have it here. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. Yeah, it's made by Kanye Homestuck, which who was, I don't know if they're still active on Twitter, but they were active for a few months when I first joined the community, and they advertised that they were working on this, so I decided to read it. It's pretty good. I think it's supposed to be like a whole thing, whole suburb-based adventure with John as the main character and a few other guys who are like original. John is being the only like character from Homestuck and also the main character in the comic from what I could get. But there are some other characters in this, and it's as I said, it's only 75 pages long, so it's just getting started, and I can't really say much. But the few characters that have been shown so far, I think are pretty promising. I think the comic itself looks pretty promising so far. I think it could be a really interesting server-based fan adventure, but you know, server-based fan adventures usually don't go like above and beyond. They usually stay grounded, because suburb is pretty much like the base for all or most of Homestuck fan content. So I will rank it. Yeah, I think yeah this should go in C or D. As I said, I'm basing this on a list which I've been curating for a while, as I've been reading through all of them. So maybe I'll change around a few things as I go. I don't know, but this should be, if Autopraxis is here, then this should be. This should be here, upper C. Okay, next I have actual Kooz Strider, which is really recently made fan comic, as far as I know. It's also another short one, but it's supposed, as far as I know, it's supposed to be a parody of, or like a bit on the Kooz Strider AU, which I have not read, so I don't know anything about that, and I will probably not read it, since what I've heard about it, it's not really for me. I don't know. I don't think I'd like it, but it's also another like shitpost fan adventure. It's like about that scene. I think you've already read it. It's about that scene where Dave encounters the crow, but the twist is that he falls out of the window and dies. So the crow has to take Dave's place for the rest of the story of Homestuck. I think it's a shitpost fan adventure, so I don't know, but I think it could be pretty fine, pretty good. You can't really like objectively rank humor, but I think it's nice. It was a fun read so far. 85 pages it's on. Next I have one of the first fan adventures I've actually ever read. It's Christmas Tuck, which is hold on, let me find it. mspfa Adventures should really like update their site, because it's really hard to navigate sometimes, and their servers are pretty much they're really slow pretty much all the time, and I think they have enough income to do something about it, because for a site that's hosting so many like pieces of fan content that also is on that they're also hosting all the fan ventures on the Fruity Rampants Asshole Factory, which is like an official website by the Homestuck team. Like, I don't know who actually like maintains it, but it allows fan projects to make merch, basically, be featured officially, and it also gives them some like spotlight, which I think is really cool. But basically they also have like their own page here, so I think they should. I don't know. I don't know how I don't know who hosts MSP Fan Ventures. I don't know much about it, so I shouldn't judge. But I think the site could be coded a little better. As I was saying about Christmas Stack, I found this last December because most of the early fan ventures I've read I discovered through like the recently updated tab on the main page here, and this was coming up a lot, and so I decided to read it. I think it was the like first or second fan venture I've read, and after like December or January or February, it's taken a bit of a break, but recently, a couple days back, as you can see, it's had a bit of a comeback. So if it goes on, I think it could be a really good fan venture, because I don't know really where to start with this, but it's another suburb-based fan venture, and it has a lot of trolls, or like they're not trolls. I think they're like a fan species, which are also a prominent thing in a lot of fan ventures, but they're pretty much based on trolls. If like every troll was a purple blood, because they're based on clouds and whatnot. I don't know. It's been a while since I actually because I was reading it as it was coming out through February, and since then I've forgotten a lot of the stuff there. But I remember really liking it. The humans in it are likable. I like them. The clowns, I don't know. I think they should. I think they're gonna have a lot more spotlight in the future, but they weren't like extremely memorable for me. A few of them maybe, but so far what's been shown of them is pretty much like just like introductions for each of them, but they haven't really done anything, so I can't really say my opinion on them since they haven't really had like their time to shine and whatnot. But I still think like Christmas Tag has a certain charm to it, since the humans in it are I like them a lot. I mainly Nelly here, and they're really nice. And also I forgot the name of one of them, but there's like a whole bit in it about Katamari Damacy, which I really like Katamari Damacy, so that's extra points from me. Hold on. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I think I rank them pretty high when I first read it, and I think it still deserves a spot pretty high on the list. I think it's like an I originally ranked this really high as like an S tier, A tier, but as I read through more of the fan ventures, it's kinda gotten like a lot of other better, arguably better adventures got piled on top of it, so it's ended up kinda like in lower A to high B. But I think I'll rank it in A. Next up I have Slay the Harris, which is like a retelling of Slay the Princess, which is an indie game on Steam. It's really popular. Maybe you've heard about it, I don't know. But basically it's a retelling of Slay the Princess with the fairy instead of the princess in that game. I haven't personally played that game, so this was like a first time experience for me, but I think it's a pretty faithful remake. It also has this really cool like CSS thing which you can do. It has like dialogue options and whatnot. So that's really interesting. I think that's also how it works in game, because I've heard a lot about the game, so I remember a bit how it works. And also, as you can see, the visuals are pretty decent, pretty good. So I'll rank it in, where was it? Okay, I ranked it pretty low. I don't know why I ranked it pretty low. I think it deserves like to be like here. I don't know, I'll just put it here. I have it pretty low on my list, but I think maybe I just accidentally put it like that. Next up I have Sovereign of the Sunken World, which is a really interesting take on a fan adventure, because from what I get, it's like a Discord roleplay session, or like a really long Discord roleplay session. That's been made into like a fan adventure. So as you read it, you can really tell that is a roleplay session, that it's not meant to be really taken that seriously, and that things are pretty random in it a lot of the time. But so it has like a more like a Tumblr feel to it. It's supposed to be like a half serious, half unserious type of thing, which I like. And it's kind of like a guilty pleasure fan adventure to me, because it's not very like, the quality of the writing is obvious because it was made up on the spot, so the quality of the writing isn't that good, but I think it has a certain charm to it, and also it's really fun to read. So at least I had a lot of fun reading it so far. So I ranked it pretty high. Yeah, I ranked it like here. Next up I should probably put this as like a bookmark, hold on. Next up I have, what do I have? Yeah, I have Spec Stack, which is, it's like, it's based on, it's made by this person. It has its own website. It's also on its own website, but it also has like a MSP Adventure Sport, which is a really pretty rare thing to see. I think there are a few others that do that. I think West Error does it, and Mr. Tambourine Man also does it, but other than that, I haven't really encountered it elsewhere. But at least this one has like a MSP Furniture's port, or you could say mirror. I don't know. But basically, it's on two separate websites, which I think is pretty cool since if you're like a person like me who tries to read as many furnitures as possible, it's really handy to have something on the main website here instead of having to go to a separate website all the time. I want to say something about it, but I'm not sure if I'm right or if I'm talking about a separate other thing. Hold on 1 sec. Maybe. Okay, maybe I'm just misremembering something. Hold on. Okay, never mind, I think I was just misremembering something. But basically what I wanted to say about SpecStack was basically that it's another suburb-based fan venture with John as a character, but with also other more prominent original characters. It's also been a while since I read this one, so I don't really remember that much of it, but hold on. Yeah, but so far it's also pretty short. It's 163 pages, but I can't really rate a lot of the suburb-based ones based on anything but the characters and like the writing if it's good. The writing is adequate, pretty adequate here. I think it's serviceable. It's not like groundbreaking or anything. It's pretty much like a standard suburb-based furniture. I think it's pretty good if it's like a first suburb-based furniture that you want to read. And yeah, I think this is pretty much it for SpecStack. It's also regularly getting updated. Hold on. Okay, not anymore, but it was getting updated pretty regularly, as you can see. So there are a few other, or like a lot of furnitures that are set as ongoing but haven't been updated in like 2 years. So it's really nice to see when there's something set as ongoing and it's actually getting updated like at least once a week or so. And I have SpecStack set as... I have it ranked pretty high. Like here. Yeah. Okay, next up I have... fuck, I'm still on the... Okay, it should be back now. as I was saying before, I'm sorry, I forgot to put back the scene, the camera. I put it on pause for a bit. But basically, I was talking about a lot of fan features that get updated regularly, and how some of them are set as ongoing but aren't. With spec stack being one of the ones that is updated pretty frequently and consistently. Prism Bound also was on a bit of a hiatus, if I remember correctly, but it's back now, and I think it had like 2 or 3 updates in the last week, which is great. And then I put spec stack here. And next I have okay, hold on, let me pause it again. Is it? I want to check something. Okay, never mind. I think I was misremembering something again. Yeah, I think I was misremembering something. And basically, the Good AM is another short fan venture. It's only 66 pages long so far, but I really like it. The art is amazing. As you can see, this title card, I love this title card. This is really good. And it goes like this all the way, and it only gets better as it was on a bit of a hiatus, but I think, yeah, it got a few updates recently, and the visuals are also getting really good, as you can see. It's more of a, I think the visuals are its strongest side, but it's another troll-based fan adventure, and it's like it's really, it doesn't tell you everything. It lets a lot of stuff ambiguous, and you have to kind of figure out a lot of the stuff that's going on. One sec. My throat gets really dry as I talk, sorry. As I was saying, the visuals are its strongest side, but the writing's also really good. It's probably not like one that I recommend for first time, like Spade Furniture's experience. Oh wait, the music stopped, hold on. That was pretty short. What else do I have? I only have stuff that's copyrighted, and I don't know if YouTube will let me like release this video publicly if it's copyrighted, so I don't want to like mess around with anything I don't know. I thought this playlist was gonna be longer, or like album was gonna be longer, but apparently it's not. Oh no, I think I'll just play it again. I'm sorry if it's going to get annoying, but I don't really have anything else. If I thought it was gonna be longer, or I thought I was going to rank these faster, I will try to go faster now, because I also don't want this to be like 3 hours long. Not only because it will upload for ages. But as I was saying, I really like that Good AM, where it's going, at least. The writing is really good. I really like the characters. I really like the vibe, the feel. You know. I think it's where did I put it? I put it here. Yeah. It's also one of like my, even though it's really short, it's one of my favorite like fan ventures, role-based fan ventures, because the characters are really good. I should probably name these tiers. Hold on. Should I? I should probably name all the tiers. Hold on. I will probably like, I don't know if this is the final tier list. I'm planning to upload a tier list when I'm done with all the fan ventures. But I think I want to read a couple more after I record this in like a couple weeks, because there are still some on my backlog that I want to finish or start or like fully read. That I think it would be a shame if they didn't make it, but I also didn't want to like make this video forget about it because I keep pushing it, so I think I'll leave it like this. I think this is a pretty good selection that I've got right now. Okay, that should be all of them. Next up I have, yeah, this is the one of the more recent ones I read. This is where is it? Welcome to Dauntless, which like it's a really like good concept for a fan venture. I really I like the characters. I like the whole concept of instead of like alternate society being based on blood color, it's based on mutations that trolls get, which I think that's a really cool concept. But it also has like to the around 8,000 or 7,000 pages. It has like a 500-page long complete detour from the story based around this kid right here. I don't really know the purpose of that other than showing off a few cool guest artists, I guess. It was a pretty nice segment, don't get me wrong, but I think it was a little unnecessary. But after that it went back to the main story, and it's pretty much the same since. It's been inactive. It's still listed as ongoing, but it's been inactive for a really long time. Yeah, since 2024. So I don't know. The last few pages were talking about like the author, like coming back to the series, and then it kind of cut off. So I don't know. I don't know if this thing is going to continue or not. I hope it does. But there's a really big problem that this series has, which made me put it which made me put it a lot lower on the list than I would have liked, and it's that the visuals are great. Like, I guess you could say production value is really good, but the writing itself is also pretty good. But on pretty much each page you can, okay, not maybe on, maybe it's not really at the start prevalent, but if you read this, you will notice on pretty much each page there's like a grammatical error or like a spelling mistake, or something could have been written better. I don't know, it's like that kind of thing that really annoys you, and it's really prevalent in this. As I said, it happens pretty much on every page, which kind of irritated me as I read it, even though I really want to like this, but I don't know, it's just like a really big pain, or like a really irritating thing, because I think this, as I said, I think this is a really good concept, and I like the characters, I like the story, but the writing itself really is, it's that kind of thing that how do I put it? It's like if you play a really old game that's really good, but there are some things about it that were common in the era, like Super Mario 64. The game is great, but the controls are dog shit. And it's really annoying having to handle the controls a lot, at least for me. So it's that kind of thing where the base is good, but the rest is kind of meh. So I put it around here. Okay. Next up I have Mr. Tambourine Man, which I said is hosted on a separate website, and this is the only one on my list that does not have a port to mspfa, so it's posted on odditycollector.com. But it's been recommended to me because a lot of these recommendations or the things I've read have been recommended to me through a Twitter post that I made like half a year ago, like I don't know, maybe 3 months ago, that got really popular, and a lot of people told me to read this and that and whatnot. I still have yet to get to some of them, mainly Cult Following, which I really want to read, but it's also 9,000 pages long, so I want to finish like the other stuff first before I get to it. But basically this one was recommended to me a lot, and in really like good light, and I think it held up really well. I don't want to spoil much of it, but once you get used to, if you want to read fanventures, once you get used to like how fanventures work, then you should read this. And I don't really want to spoil much of it, but basically it's I can't really say much about it if I'm spoiling it, but it's really good. The writing is great, the themes are amazing, the atmosphere is seriously one of the best like Homestuck fan works out there on the internet. I love this thing. I really don't want to spoil much of it, but basically it's going here. I forgot to put the screen away. Fuck. I really don't want to record this again. I'm trying to remember where I paused it, but I think I paused it at like that good AM. Maybe. I think I paused it at that good AM, but basically I was talking about how good the visuals are and the writing. And as you can see here, it's really good. And then I was saying something about Welcome to Doomless, which is this, and I was talking about this kid, like they had a whole part of the adventure about them. I'm really sorry. I always forget to put that away. I probably won't pause it again unless I really need to. And yeah, I think that's all. I was also talking about Mr. Tambourine Man, which is hosted on odditycollector.com. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I still have a lot ahead of me, so hopefully this won't happen again. Again, I'm really sorry for that. But next up I have, on the list I have Overhaste, which is, where is it? Overhaste. Here. Overhaste. I've found Overhaste through Twitter, and it's made by Felka right here. I wanted to say something about this before I get into it, but I think I forgot. But basically, Overhaste is also really good furniture, even though it's pretty short, as you can see, 284 pages. But the premise is basically that at the first page here you can take two paths. You can either take the path and read about the trolls, or you can take the humans path and read about the humans, which I won't do because the page is really slow. But it's one of the most consistently updated. Hold on. It's one of the most consistently updated fanventures. Like it's updated a lot, and basically the updates are separated into months, where one month the trolls path is getting updated, and the next month the humans path is getting updated, and then the trolls, then the humans, and so on. I wanted to say something else about it, but as you can notice here, the animation is really good. Felka is also a really nice person on Twitter, and they draw really well. If you want to get like into the whole Homestuck circle on Twitter, you should probably follow Felka, because they're one of the most prominent figures on there from what I know, which I've been kind of out of the loop on the whole Homestuck circle recently, but they're still a very nice person, and they also bothered to comment on my post back then, which I was talking about earlier, so that's nice. And yeah, I really, as you can probably imagine, I really like the trolls path in here. Mainly Charek. Charek is my favorite, like, fan troll. He is. I like him a lot. I like him how he's written and whatnot. He's like a personal favorite. And overall, I think like it's a suburb-based fan adventure, but it's a really good suburb-based fan adventure so far. Mainly because of the characters. The characters are really good, and it's also one of the fan adventures that I've been reading like the longest. It wasn't one of the first fan adventures I've read, but because it's getting updated so consistently, I've been reading it pretty much every week when it's updated, because I check there regularly, or when I'm not reading a fan adventure I check there. So I'm always up to date on this, which kind of put it in the more positive light for me. So I ranked it here, yeah. Next up I have how long is shit, this is already an hour long. Okay, I will try to go a lot faster with these, because if I won't, I'll be here for ages, because as you can see I have a lot still ahead of me. I barely got through anything. So next up I have where do I have it? See the High Blood. It's okay, maybe actually I won't talk about this one, both because it isn't very good. In my opinion, it isn't very good, and it's been inactive for a very long time, and it's also going off a point in Homestuck that you haven't reached yet. Definitely you haven't reached it yet. And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's not very good, honestly. I think it's a bit much. Next up I have a Big and Mood webcomic, which is like a companion or like a shitpost webcomic meant to be set in the universe of Autopraxis. I think Autopraxis. Yeah, I think it's I think I'm remembering correctly. It's in Autopraxis. It's a shitpost fan adventure, but and it's really short. It's not really anything. It's not meant to be much. It's just like a bonus if you're reading Autopraxis. But it's sort of engaging enough. I don't know what else to say about it. Next up I have Suburb Done Quick, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's supposed to be like a fan adventure based like a speedrun of Suburb. It's only 85 pages long, but it's as you can see if you go onto the main page of mspfa. I hope you can see it's the third most popular complete fan adventure out there, and it's kind of like it's like a staple of MS Paint fan adventures as a whole, and it's also actually a really good fan adventure, so that kind of puts it in a bias for me, and I'll rank it here. It's also made by the same person who made Suburb Refresh, which I will get into. I should probably do it now. Suburb Refresh is again another suburb-based fan adventure based around these kids, and I don't know what to say about it because it's been going on for very very long. But at around the 2000 page mark, I think it's I don't know if I had the decision on how to categorize it, I would probably like categorize it as incomplete, even though it's actually finished. But the author, I smile O2 here. The author pretty much got burnt out after a few years, which I don't blame them for. I mean, it's been going on for a very long time. But basically, they in the last 100 pages or so, they pretty much made like a quick rundown of the rest of the story, and how it was going to end. I don't know. I think it the writing of of it overall was pretty. I don't know. I think it got ahead of itself a lot. I didn't really like it much. It wasn't bad or anything, but it just wasn't really for me. I didn't really like it much. So I ranked it. Where did I put it? Refresh. Hold on, I'm trying to find it in my list. Hold on. Okay, maybe I forgot to put it in my list. No, it's here. Okay, yeah, I ranked it pretty low. I ranked it here. I also ranked this one here. And yeah, I didn't really like it. I don't think it was much for me. But next I have something that I did like, which is Egomaniacs. Where is it? Here. It's like, okay, you probably haven't heard about him, but there's a YouTube channel that I used to watch back in the day. This is pretty off topic, but basically there's this guy called Ginger Pale who made like commentary videos that were animated, and they were animated really nice. He's still doing some, but he's, as you can see, only doing like once in 6 months or so. But that's unimportant. Basically, this furniture really reminded me of him, because it has like the whole Serpello also has like this whole feel, whole vibe to him. Like it's a really fun read. I liked it a lot. It's not it's pretty short, and it hasn't been updated in a while, or it was in April. There's this sound page here that's probably still a work in progress because you can't normally get to it. Yeah, I think it's a work in progress. Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. I haven't actually tried it because I was on the phone when I was reading it, but yeah, it's a work in progress. So they're working on the sound page, flash page here. I think they're still working on it. I hope they're still working on it. But it's a really fun adventure. I really liked reading it. I highly recommend it if you like don't want to get into anything deep and just want to have some like simple fun. And so I ranked it. Next up I have, I think this is Razor Fold. Yeah, this is Razor Fold, which I will admit, it's been a very long time since I've read this. A very very long time, but I remember liking it a lot. It's a troll-based fan venture, and the trolls are pretty well written. It has the visuals are pretty good. Okay, maybe not at the start here, but the visuals are pretty good, as you can see. It gets a lot better. It's only 147 pages long though, but it's getting updated. Not very regularly, but it is getting updated. It's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. And I put it above Ego Maniacs. I think that's here. Next up I have this thing which was recommended to me as a joke. I read it. It's not good. It's very bad, actually. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't really want to like shit on the person who made it, but it's bad. It's very bad. Don't read it. Next up I have my Moirail is a Rainbow Drinker, which I actually really like. It's I don't know how to really describe it, but it's one of the more like immersive Alternian based comics. It takes place on Alternia, and I really like the whole atmosphere, but as you can see it's rated NSFWs, and so if you don't like seeing dicks and tits on like fan adventures that you're reading, then maybe skip this one. But other than that, it's a really good fan adventure. I liked it a lot. I really like the character, the atmosphere. I think it's really well written. If I had to rank the writing alone, it would probably be really high. It would be one of the best. Here it would maybe be even above Mr. Tambourine Man, maybe above Prison Bound. I don't know. But it's really good. And I ranked it. Where did I rank it? I ranked it. I ranked it pretty low actually, but maybe I'm going to change it. Maybe I'll rank it here. Yeah. Next up I have Decompressed, which I will admit I have never read. Okay, this is off topic, but I have never read Problems Love. I think that's how we pronounce it, Problems Love. But from what I know about Problems Love, this has a very similar vibe to it. It's not based on Homestuck or anything. Yeah, inspired by Problems Love. It's inactive. One of the few webcomics that I have here that are actually marked as inactive because it hasn't been updated since 2017. But I've still read through it, the entirety of it, and I think it's pretty good. It's not like amazing, but it's a very fun read, even though it like cuts off, which is unfortunate, and the flashes also don't work. At least they didn't work for me, which is also unfortunate. But I ranked it. I ranked it here, I think. Next up I have Noxy quest, which is... It's interesting. It's a very interesting adventure. It's like supposed to be... It's suburb based. It's supposed to be half like satirical, half serious. But basically the main character is Noxy here, which is like a weird version or different version of Roxy Lalonde from the main Homestuck. Even though you didn't reach that part yet, but whatever. Basically there's a character called Roxy Lalonde, and this is just Roxy Lalonde. Except not, and she's Noxy. It gets updated pretty... Okay, this is a spoiler, fuck. Sorry about that, but... Why did I pause it? I paused the stream again. Okay, maybe I'm going to edit this video later and edit out the parts where I accidentally paused the stream, and put like whatever I was talking about on screen, because this is really unfortunate, and I unbinded the hotkey just now. I think I accidentally like... Oh yeah, I must have, because I binded it to P and I searched up ginger pale, and maybe that triggered it. And I was talking about egomaniacs, then I was talking about my realism rainbow drinker here. Then I was talking about the decompressed here. And I think that's it, maybe this, or was it afterwards? I don't know. This is the shitty one I was talking about. And yeah, I think that's... This is raise or fall. I don't know if the pause was on there when I was talking about this. But yeah, basically I will try not to pause it again on accident now. I'm sorry. I'm definitely going to edit this so that the pauses don't actually like hurt the video or anything, so that I'm not just talking to an image of Mike Tyson. Next up, I was talking about Noxy quest, which is, I don't know what to really say about it. It's like half shitpost, half serious, but it's not really like outstanding. It's like the most middle of the road fan adventure you can probably get. And so I put it here. Yeah. Next up I have suburb.exe, which is here. This one was really popular a couple months ago, and it was still getting like updated regularly. Yeah, in like February through May, it was really popular, but right now it's been getting updated a bit slower. As you can see, this was updated on the 2nd, and this is on the 19th. But that doesn't matter. Basically, suburb.exe is another server-based fan adventure with... I don't know what to really say about it without spoiling it, but maybe I'm just going to, because it's really good. I really liked it. I like the characters. It's also made by the same guy who made Nepeta Quest, which if you read Nepeta Quest before this, you can really see, which I did. You can really see that how much a person improves in their writing, because it's hard to deny that Nepeta Quest wasn't written very well, and this is. The characters are good, the writing is good, the story is good. It's pretty long so far. And yeah, I ranked it pretty high, I think, yeah. I ranked it below Egomaniacs here, yeah. Next up I have, okay, this is, wait. This is the shortest one I have here. And I can't really, maybe I'm going to like make a separate tier for this because I genuinely can't rank this much. Because it's very short. It's like, how long is it? Where do I have it? Yeah, here, Raspberry Trites. It's only 28 pages long, and they haven't done much with it. So maybe I'm just going to skip over this one. Depending on when I release, like make the tier list, I will probably like change this ranking, but right now I can't really judge it much. Next up I have D-side, which is here. D-side is really interesting because so far it's getting updated very regularly. It's pretty much, it used to be like once a day, maybe once every 2 days. Now it's like 3 times a week, around that. It's so far it's 91 pages long. It's pretty short. I categorized it as short, and so far it's pretty much been revolving around this guy right here. Paul. Yeah, this guy right here, Paul. There hasn't been really much going on in the actual like main story. It's based on Suburb again, another suburb-based fan adventure. But I'm still going to rank it high because, as you can see, the animation is really good, and it's also like a really light-hearted thing to read. It's fun. The Paul is likable. I think there's been a couple scenes early on that feature different characters, but 90% of it is just Paul so far. I can't really rank the story itself, or like make a conclusion on the story itself, but the animation is really good, and I like where it's going so far. So where did I rank it? I ranked it here. Okay, next I have Act Omega, which is one of the most popular ongoing fan adventures, the second most popular, as you can see. Yeah, you can. If it loads. I added this one a couple months ago. I don't really know what to say about it. It's been recommended in a really high regard, but I don't know. I don't think it's very good. I think it's pretty bad actually. I didn't like what they a lot of the it takes place. Okay, actually I won't go into it because it takes place after Homestuck, which is obviously a spoiler. But but uh, but yeah, but I don't really have much to say about it, other than I don't really like it much. Of the writing decisions in it weren't very good, in my opinion. I think they were, a lot of it was really random and unnecessary. Uh, it also hasn't been updated in a long while, since 2021. I don't know. I didn't really like it much. It in my opinion it isn't that good, and I ranked it pretty low. Yeah, I ranked it above Sour Refresh. Yeah. Next up I have Nepeta Quest, which is I've read this one a long time ago, back when I was first getting into mspfas, but it's also one of the most popular complete adventures. Well, it's categorized as complete, but it's been cut off, just like Suburb Refresh, or similar to Suburb Refresh. It's been cut off at a point which, because the author realized, the same author who made Suburb.exe, uh, they realized that it wasn't really going anywhere, which it wasn't. I think it's kind of all over the place, but it's still, if you like turn your brain off and will just want to read something that's like inoffensive, like lighthearted and whatnot, it's also kind of like a staple of the website, which I liked reading through it. I think it's a fun thing to read through. So I ranked it. So it's pretty good, and I ranked it below Christmas Stuck. Maybe I'll put these here. Yeah. Okay, next up I have Guide Stuck. I don't know if I should rank this one because I'm actually currently reading through it, and I really don't have much to say about it so far, but maybe I will. I wasn't actually planning on reading through it at first, but I was planning on reading. Where is it? I was planning on reading. I'm going on reading Guide Stuck Square, but Guide Stuck Square is a continuation of Guide Stuck, which is incomplete, which was cut off at a point. So yeah. So as I'm reading through it, but I like it so far. I think I'm like 100 pages in, 150 maybe. I just started it, so I'm not really far into it, but I think it was pretty good. I think I also ranked it. Yeah, I ranked it above Slade Harris here. So maybe I'll put it. Yeah, here. Next up I have another short one, which is Manifeferisto. Where do I have it? Okay, this is already an hour and a half long, but I'll try to be quicker with the next ones. So this doesn't go on for like 3 hours. I hope it doesn't go on for 3 hours, because I don't really have that much time anyway. Here. It's basically I can't really say much about it, because so far it's been just like pretty random stuff about Feferi. Just a pretty like generic story about Feferi, but one thing I can say is that the visuals are really good. There is an S page later on. I think it's this one, I don't know. But there is an S page later on which I absolutely love. Okay, I won't try to find it now, but it's really it has a really good S page, like a title card thing later on. And overall the visuals are great, so I'm just going to rank it based on that, or rather I did rank it based on that. And I put it above top Rexes here. Next up I have Wizard Weeb, which is it's also more like a problem sleuth type thing. Okay, the music stopped again. Just going to play it again. I know it's probably going to get annoying, but I don't really have anything else, so sorry about that. But basically, what was I talking about? Yeah, Wizard Weep. So, Wizard Weep is more of a problem sleuth type thing, and it's inoffensive. It's fine to read. It gets a bit boring at times, but it's also not. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Where did I rank it? I ranked it below decompressed. Yeah. Next up I have a lot. Okay, I have a few short ones still ahead of me. But this should be one of the last short adventures that I'm going to go over, and it's where is it? Nepeta Quest Squared. I think I may have actually put this one in my original tier list a few months ago, I don't know. But it's very short so far, but the author actually, I was talking with the author once and they told me that they're still working on it, so hopefully it's not like abandoned. There isn't really much to say about Nepeta Quest Squared other than it's pretty much like a fanventure based on Homestuck, except instead of John Egbert there is like Nepeta or Nera. I don't know what much else to say about Nera is pretty much Nepeta if she was a human, or like, yeah, if she was a human, or like lived in human society. There isn't, as I was saying, there isn't much to say about it. It's 21 pages long, so. And I ranked it. Where did I rank it? I ranked it here. Next up, it's been a long time since I first read this, but this is stuck with me, I think. This hasn't been updated for a while, but yeah, it's been last updated in March, but I first read it in March, so that's how I came across it. I liked it a lot, mostly because the story isn't really that engaging, but as you can see, there are a lot of like CSS elements in it, like interactive stuff, and mostly at the beginning, it's really really interesting in that like department that it uses that it takes advantage about of a lot of like the interactive stuff that you can make on MS Paint Fan Adventures. The story itself is sort of boring, but it's not bad or anything. I liked it a lot when I first read it, and I ranked it. I ranked it below Autopraxis, yeah. Okay, next up I have, this is I think the last short one, except for, actually maybe I'm just going to put for quest here, because for quest is basically if you try to go to an invalid page on MS Paint Fan Adventures that doesn't exist. Let's say here. It's just okay. They just put me on a random fan adventure. Hold on. What is this? Okay. But basically, if I put like an invalid URL on, okay, this isn't going to work. Hold on. Maybe if I just put like something like that. No. Can I? I think I can access it normally. Basically, if you put on a 404 page on the MS Paint Fan Adventures website, you're going to be put here on a 404 quest. And I think that's like a really cool concept. There's a tag here called, I don't really know much about how this happened, but given that there's 404 competition written here, I'm assuming that there was like some kind of competition that was going to be put through this. It's like you probably haven't read, I also haven't read, but it's like Bard quest, B-A-R-D quest, where you can just have multiple outcomes. You have multiple options to and paths that you can take advantage of or like read through. And also it's kind of like a staple on the website, like to me at least. It's kind of iconic because if you're messing around with the website, you're going to come across this one a lot. Okay, I originally wanted to go through, where is it? Link book. I should have probably organized this better, but oh well. Link book. This is also another really short fan adventure, but so far there's like a puzzle later on in this that I really like. The characters are also decent. I don't know, there's not really much else to say about it. It's pretty cool. I liked the puzzle that they put in it later on, but again it's short, so I can't really say much about it. Where did I put it? Here. Okay, maybe I'm just going to put it here. Next up I have probably the most well-known mspfa out there, which is Carcat Goes to a Convention. I probably should have, to get the full experience from this, I probably should have been there when it was still coming out, but still it's a very good fan adventure. It's a very good story. What else? As you can see, it's 2000 pages long, so it's pretty long. It's like, I made a tweet about this earlier, but it's like if a Glitch Productions show was made into a fan venture. I think that's like a pretty apt description for it. But I like it. The writing is, yeah, the writing is sort of like Marvel-ish sometimes, but it's also, or like mostly the ending. But I still liked it a lot. I highly recommend it if you're getting. It's like if you go on West Paint Fan Adventures for the first time, and the kind of vibe you get from it, at least I assume you get from it, is like a really, I don't know how to describe it, but basically this is like a really Newgrounds type thing, like this. I don't know how to describe it, but basically it's like a very, like if you went on the internet at around 2019 to 2022, this is pretty much the vibe that was going on there at the time. Actually, this is from 24. I think it was running through like 5 years, so this is probably like 2022 or 21. And yeah, it's really good. It's also the most popular fan venture on the website. If as there isn't. Okay, there are the ongoing fan ventures. A lot of them are more popular, but a few of them. But it's still one of the most popular fan ventures and probably like the most well-known one out there. So I put it here. Next up I have Voidbound, which is like, hold on, let me get to it. This is Voidbound. It's pretty much, you can probably like guess it from the actual art style. It's like if Tumblr or Blue Sky wrote a fan venture about the trolls, about fan trolls. But also it's really, the characters are likable. The story is engaging. It's funny. I liked it. Because I really like anything about trolls and about alternate. I probably like this more than I should have. But one thing I will point out which is if you go on Tenor and search up mspfa, 99% of GIFs you will find are from Voidbound. This, maybe not 99, but this, but a lot of them basically. The ones that aren't like about fan comics from like 2015 that haven't been updated since. A lot of them basically. And so on. You can basically, it's from what I get, it's really like prominent fan venture in the book. Even though I'm not really in the mspfa sphere, I don't know if there's like a central mspfa sphere, like a Discord server or something. But there is a Discord server, but I don't know. But I liked it a lot. Where did I put it? Below, welcome to Doom's list, which is, maybe I'll put it above actually. Next up I have Halcyon, I think this is Halcyon. Yeah. Halcyon is 109 pages long, so it's not really short, but also not really like long. Okay, it's pretty short, but it barely got started in the whole main story, but basically it's a suburb. It's like the most middle of the road suburb-based fan adventure about alternate roles. Basically, it's about a couple trolls who play suburb, and that's pretty much it so far. Or rather, it says at the start that in the author's note that you can try going into the story without reliance on generating hope-stuck suburb adventure tropes, but so far, to me at least, the tropes are there, they're pretty prevalent. But again, it's not very long, so that will probably change. But so far, I put it. Where did I put it? Halcyon. Below Kooz Strider. Yep. Next up, I have Wester, which is the most popular fan adventure on the website by likes. And this is pretty much the whole reason I wanted to make this tier list, because I don't think it's very good. I could talk. I will admit I haven't read it fully, because at the 312 page mark it's hosted on, it cuts off to a different website, its own website, where I assume it's still ongoing, as it says here, but on the mspfa website it hasn't been updated in a long time. But as you can see, end of mspfa mirror right here. I don't know. The one thing I will give it is that the characters are really good. Most of the characters are very, or at least the trolls are very likable. But pretty much everything else besides that is very, very like mediocre. I didn't really like it. These main trolls, like right here, the like 7 of them, they're written well. They have like interesting stories. They have interesting. The environments are interesting. But the actual story of Wester is pretty bad. It's I wouldn't really recommend it. It's boring a lot of the time. It goes on unnecessary like rants. There are a couple of scenes which don't contribute in the slightest. And given that it's the most popular fan adventure on the website, it's really not that good. I don't like it much, honestly. I was trying to read it. It was one of the first ones I read. I was trying my best to like. I really wanted to finish it, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it. As I read like 400 pages, with like 100 pages into the actual website. But after that, I couldn't really bring myself to finish it. It probably just isn't for me. But I don't know. I really didn't like it. I don't know if I should put it. I'll put it here. I'm sorry. I really like think that there's a lot of wasted potential in this. Because I really like the trolls, but everything other than that is just boring and unnecessary in my opinion. I don't like Wester. Yeah, I think that summarizes it pretty well. I don't really like it. It's not. I don't think it's bad. Okay, maybe I do think it's bad, but it's not like horrible. It has some stuff going for it, but it's like It's like when you read something where you like the base, but everything else is just really mediocre, boring, and sometimes bad. Okay, maybe I'll put it here. I don't know. And next up, I actually have my favorite fan adventure of all time, which I will try to find now. Kitty Quest. Where is it? It's 1,120 pages long. It's also one of the most popular fan ventures on the website, but it's not like in the top 5 or something. I don't think it is. Actually, is it? No, it's not. It's like... Yeah, it's not. It's safe. Hold on. But basically why I like it so much is that first off, the art is amazing. The atmosphere is absolutely phenomenal. I love the atmosphere in this. There's also the characters, because basically the story around revolves around Jade and Dave Petta, who's a character that gets introduced in Act 6, later in Act 6. But basically this takes place after the events of Homestuck, where they have a kid named Kitty Harley Lader. Who's this? This is Kitty. And this is about Kitty going basically I don't know, I don't want to spoil it, but basically it's like built on the base where like the characters from Homestuck, like the Beta Kids and Alpha Kids and Beta Trolls and Alpha Trolls and whatnot, that make it to the end. Basically there's a part after the actual ending of Homestuck that kind of sets this up a bit, which I won't spoil. But basically it's about them going under, like being undercover, like living in the society that's there after Homestuck, and basically nobody knowing what they've done, and it's a bit from Kitty's perspective, and how like Kitty go like basically it's built on by the base where your parents are like basically gods, and you can't really tell anyone. I don't know how to. It probably isn't a really good description, but I don't know how else to describe it. But it's really good. I love how it's written. I love the themes. I love the atmosphere. I love everything about it. I think it deserves to be like the best one on here. Next up, I have Home Slice here, which is one of the most popular sandwiches also. Home Slice is it's a very interesting thing. Fuck. It was loud. Sorry, that caught me off guard. Basically, it's like a sitcom based after or like that takes place after Homestuck finishes. And the thing is, after like 500 pages in around, okay, I don't know when it was, but sometime not that long ago, the main team that was working on Home Slice, basically from what I get, I don't know much about the situation, but basically from what I get, they left, and then they gave Home Slice to a new team who's working on it now and has pushed their first update to the webcomic, I think in April. Yeah, I think it was in April. So I can't really rate. I don't know how to rate it well, because there are obviously going to be differences in the writing between the two teams, but the old, I guess you could call it the old part of Home Slice, is what I'm going to be rating, and I think it's pretty good. It's fun. It's like as I said, it's like a sitcom. It's like a Homestuck sitcom, and I think it's just like a. It's not deep, but it's still like a really fun read. And so I put it. Where did I put it? Home Slice. Okay, I actually put it pretty low, but that is probably a mistake where I accidentally dragged it, because I initially wanted to put it here. Next up I have a conjoined session, which is okay, I'm reaching the last couple here, but basically conjoined session is also an ongoing fan venture. It's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's as you can see, the visuals are really good. The setup is basically that. Basically, there are fan trolls, and there's also a fan species, which is something that's really uncommon, at least from what I know in fan ventures, is that it's really uncommon to have both fan species and fan trolls in one fan venture. But basically, there's this fan species that has like complete control over a session that some trolls and the main trolls and the main kids play. The session of Suburb, and there's basically the setup where the fan species is, I think they're called the drones. I think maybe not. I don't know. But basically the fan species. The guys that have control over the session aren't supposed to actually interact with it, but one of them does, this one right here. And that's basically the setup for the whole thing. I don't know how to really explain it, because you haven't really read far enough into Homestuck where like doomed timelines and whatnot are properly explained. But so I also don't want to spoil it, but it's really good. The writing is great, the characters are great, the fan trolls are some of my favorite, like in general, and it's like in general one of my favorite like fan ventures out there. So I'll put it here. It's amazing. Next up I have Wake Up, or Sound Page Wake Up. How's it called? Yes, complete. I keep saying that the fan ventures website isn't really made to handle a lot of it's pretty unstable basically. I think they should make it. They should like rewrite out of the code. I hope it's fixable. I hope that someday they fix it. This is one of the first fan ventures I've read, actually. Maybe the first one. It's definitely the first one with fan trolls that I read. And it has probably some of my favorite Fentrals in general. Maybe a couple are my like. Basically, okay, this is a pretty bad start to the explanation. Hold on. Let me go over it again. Basically, wake up is. It's really hard having to explain all this without actually spoiling it, so sorry that this sounds a bit awkward, but I don't really know how to get into it. It's also been a really long time since I read it, since it actually isn't updated very often. It hasn't been updated in year almost. So I don't know. I'm honestly getting pretty tired, so I will just go through these last few really quick. But basically this is one of the first ones I read and I absolutely loved it. It's the one thing I know for certain is that the characters are absolutely amazing. I love them a lot. And I put it below conjoin session. Next up I have okay. I also wanted to say something about Wake Up, but I don't think I'm going to say it because it would probably spoil it, and also I like if you want to ever read some like Fentrol based adventure, I think this is a pretty good start. Which you probably won't, but you know, if. Next up I have a Paradox track, which I actually told you about. It's like, it's if Toby Fox made a fan venture, I think that's a pretty good expression for it. It's really good. The visuals are amazing, the characters are fun to read about, the story is good. It's not like the best fan venture out there, but it's pretty damn good. Also there's like, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling. I'm sorry, I don't know. As I said, it's really okay. It's not really hard, but for me, it's kind of difficult to like describe stuff without actually spoiling it, without you actually knowing a lot of the context behind it. So I can't really say much besides like this is good, this is bad, but I think I can't really say much about this. Besides it's good, it's bad, and this is definitely good. So I'm going to put it here. Next up I have, I think that's desynced. Yeah. This is very complex adventure, probably the most complex one I've read ever. It's good, but I think the writing could have been a bit better on some fronts. Like a lot of stuff in it seems kind of like, I don't know. I think the writing gets a little bit ahead of itself sometimes, but the characters are good, the story is interesting, even though a lot of it is kind of like unclear at first. You're kind of left to figure out a lot of it, but it's pretty good. It's the characters are fine. The story, as I said, is good. The visuals are amazing. That's one thing I will give it. The visuals are absolutely stunning. and especially given how long it is. But it hasn't been updated in a while. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's good, but it's not like, it's not the best thing out there, basically. Next up I have Solx Field, which is probably, I don't know, it's, from what I know, it's a shitpost fan adventure. It's based on like a subreddit where they edit pictures of Solx Scepter onto panels of Garfield, which is a cool concept. But it gets, after like the whole gimmick wears off, it gets kind of boring, and also later on it tries to like establish some kind of story, which I don't really like. It seems kind of corny to me, honestly, but it's not very good. It's just shitposts that kind of get boring really quick, so I'm going to rank it pretty low. It's not like it's horrible or anything, but I don't know. And the last one I have here is, I think this is soft looked. Yeah. Soft locked is another suburb based fan adventure with fan kids. The visuals aren't great, the writing is kind of mediocre in my opinion. The story itself is sort of interesting, but it's, I don't know, I think it's a bit much at a lot of the time. It's a bit like, it gets a lot overconfident in itself, and a lot of the characters are just like unlikable, but in the sense where they're just like annoying to read about, and they're annoying in the story, so they're just like unlikable basically, which is not like bad thing in of itself, but I don't know, I just don't think that there's much to like about softlocked, but it's not like horrible or anything. I'd probably put it here. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Also I wanted to review that I actually haven't read, but that I still wanted to add, mainly being where was it? Because there are a few I have read but haven't finished. I started but I haven't finished. The first one is Home Skillet, which is a sequel to Carcass Coastal Convention, but that is inactive. That went inactive after a while, and it's pretty much incomplete. And it doesn't look like it's going to like finish or like continue anytime soon, which is unfortunate. But you know, so far I have barely started it because something came up when I was reading it at first, and I kind of forgot about it since. But it seems it's kind of mediocre for me so far. I know a lot of people praise it, so maybe once I actually read it, I'll change my mind. This one, I actually forgot the name of this one. Actually, maybe I'm going to just... How do I delete something with him? Maybe I'll... Basically, I don't think I'm going to rank this one actually, since it's been a long time since I started it and I barely started it, so I'm just going to ignore it. This is Code Following. I started Code Following a couple months back. It's been recommended to me a lot. I like it a bit so far, but I haven't really gotten that into it because, as I said before, it's 9,000 pages long and I just want to get everything out of the way before I get into it. But so far it's pretty good and I think I'm going to put it here. Next up I have gay shit, which is like, I don't know, it gets like to a point. It's like if Twitter wrote a fan venture, like it's mostly just a story told through like, it's basic. You know that guy on Twitter, the one with the like, I think his name is Rock Solid, the one that everyone hates. I don't know if he's still around anymore, but he was really popular back in the day, but everyone kind of hated him and made fun of him. I don't know. I don't like Twitter, so you know. But basically, this is if Rock Solid made a fan venture, he probably would have written it like this. I don't know. The humor gets kind of stale after a while. It gets kind of annoying, I guess, to me at least. But a lot of people seem to like it, which is fine. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know how to really end this. I'm sorry that I paused like the video a couple of times. As I said, I had it binded to P, and I didn't realize that what that means. You know, whenever I set something up, I would accidentally like activate it, and I kind of forgotten about it. You know. So I'll try to edit that stuff in when I was when I was talking about something, but it wasn't on screen. I'm not really expecting this video to get anywhere. Like, I'm going to send it to you, and maybe I'm going to put it on my Twitter, but that's pretty much it. Given that it's over 2 hours long, this is probably going to be like 20 gigabytes of footage that I will try to compress. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else there is to say. I have a soft spot for some of these fan ventures, mainly Kitty Quest, Prison Bound, and Wake Up. And those are kind of the ones that really got me like into fan ventures. I'm also kind of a sucker for pretty much anything based on trolls. So my realize Rainbow Drinker and Whitebound got kind of higher than I probably would have put them if I didn't like trolls. Because I'm really fascinated by pretty much everything about trolls and alternate. I really love them, so you know. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I don't really know how to end this, but yeah. I'm probably going to screenshot this and maybe put it on my Twitter, maybe not. Probably not actually, since I want to make like a full tier list later when I finish. Because I still have a few fan ventures that I haven't finished here. Hold on. I actually downloaded the icons for them, but I kind of forgot what they were. This is Veggie Stuck, this is Guide Stuck Square, this is Stuck, this is Shit Stuck, made by a person on Twitter who I forgot the name of, but who draws really well, so you know. And I kind of forgot the name of the rest. But yeah, I think I'm going to close it there. It's been 2 hours and 14 minutes. Maybe I'll try to cut it down. Probably not, but maybe. I just hope this isn't going to be like this isn't going to take up my whole hard drive so that I won't be able to upload it. But who knows? But yeah, I think I'm going to close it there. So bye.